Thank you, Cade. What a glorious night here in Winnipeg for an intriguing Friday night football showdown between the Blue Bombers at 3-1 and the 4-1 Calgary Stampeders. Winnipeg's only loss came in Calgary a couple of weeks ago. The Calgary Stampeders, Friday night football underway in Winnipeg as Babel comes up at the 20 and finds some room in the right. Still on his feet, up near the 40, as the Stamps try to swat the ball away, but it is Zach Calara's third.
It's on track.
His running back, Brady Oliveira, got back in the lineup last week, has the ball now, and running well to the right, and a good pickup on first down as he get up near the 49 of Winnipeg. A look at the rest of that starting offense for the Bombers.
Micah Vanderpool draws in this game, filling in for Injley Stanley Bryant. He's going to have to go against Clarence Hicks, who we'll talk about, talented player for defensively. Clarence Wheatfall, he's done a spectacular job this season, making sure that he leads his team in big plays, and that's where you get touchdowns on the big plays. So Wheatfall, spectacular this season.
To 2nd and 1 with Chris Streveler on for short yardage. Extra alignment, big package in. Streveler excels at this sort of thing and gets it up across the 50 to move the sticks. A first down. Winnipeg as Calaris had come back on against this Calgary defense that has been great so far, Lapo.
Clarence Hicks, I just mentioned, monster of a game last week. 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble. You talk about fast twitch in your defensive ends. He's got it. Derek Moncrief last week had a pick 6. Last 2 times these guys played, first in the CFL in takeaways, this defense. And let's talk about another guy who had a pick 6 2 weeks ago, Damon Webb from Ohio State, leading this defensive unit in the back end.
They lead the CFL in interceptions for touchdowns with 3. 1st and 10. Calaris with time and off to the left. That is caught. That is Joey Corcoran, one of their draft picks in 2025. Down to 2025, 2nd and short. Calaris in, handing off Oliveira again. That is a tough team to run against.
These long yardage 3rd downs.
Streveler again, short yardage, right side. And it looks like he does have enough. Across the 50, late flags coming out as well.
Looks like there's a little bit of a high tackle on his head and a face mask right there to add 15 more yards.
Quickly off to Jared Stearns in his first year with the Bombers, and inside the 30, keeps those legs driving. It'll be another 2nd and short coming up here.
Hall of Fame quarterback.
And on the 2nd down, Calaris stands in, under pressure, down he goes. A sack for the Calgary Stampeders, and it's Miles Brown who picks it up.
It's the twist for the sack.
Sergio Castillo, 10 for 11 on the season, this beyond the 45. Tucks in to the left. First possession, first points on the board. So at 85 yards rushing. Last week at Saskatchewan, throwing on first down. Low for Dominic Rhymes, and it hits the turf with Evan Holm there. So passing on the opening down, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Chris Fortin's been solid football player. First round pick, 8th overall, 3rd straight start for him. Speaking of picks, first pick overall, Alfred has had 6 for 156 last week with a 26-yard average. Most by a rookie in 23 years, as you heard in the pregame show. Damian Alfred.
2nd and 10 now for VA. Stands in. Off to the left. It's caught. And a first down. He goes right back to Dominic Rhymes. Down to the 51 of Winnipeg. Quickly. It's something they did so well against Winnipeg 2 weeks ago. Deep balls. Quick strikes. Here's Adams again, and off to the left, and another completion down to the sideline for Jalen Philpott.
Bounds, put him in score zone.
Adams 2 for 3 in this opening drive, and handing off to Mills. Gets his first carry. It's a good one. Dedrick Mills powers his way down to the Winnipeg 20, to the Winnipeg 21. Adams gets rid of it, has a receiver down, and a flag comes out. Tevin Jones with the catch. And being pushed out there by Dietrich Nichols, but it is a Calgary catch. So took a hit.
Roughs the passer, Winnipeg, number 99. Ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. First down.
As announced by the referee Justin McInnes on Cameron Lawson.
Cameron Lawson, you'll see right here from Queens with the hit late to the quarterback. Nice spin move when he goes. Canadian Football League doesn't want you to bring him to the ground late.
The Winnipeg 1, Quincy Vaughn in at quarterback. Keeps it, pushes, big body of Quincy Vaughn. plane of the end zone. Still no signal. And it's second down coming up. Stands under center. Second and goal. Vaughn again. Can they make it to the end zone? Calgary. Vaughn. Touchdown. Stampeders answer right back. And a late flag coming out after this play was over.
Vaughn here. We think he may get a penalty at the end of his play. Ball's in for a touchdown. A little bit late hit on Retta Cramdy here.
15-yard misconduct penalty against Calgary, number 19. Those 15 yards will be applied on the kickoff. Touchdown stands.
See if the Stamps can make it a 7-3 game with the veteran Rene Paredes. Puts it through. The roughing penalty to Quincy Vaughn. Kicking off at the Calgary 15. Good field position coming up here. One would assume for the Bombers and Babel. Across the 45, 50. Babel getting a little help, getting a little push up across the midfield stripe. Score. They've been close. 7-3. Calgary leads. Winnipeg ball again. Back to Brady Oliveira as he takes his time and finds a gap and works his way through for about a 5-yard pickup. Second down coming up here very early in their first game. Missed a couple of games. Throwing now on second down and gets it off to Oliveira. Short pass. Tries to push his way through for a first, but not even close. This is a 57.5-yard try for Sergio Castillo. He's hit a couple of 60 yards. Had one earlier. Across the 45. This one is good. He's just about money from big yardage.
Once again, I think that Winnipeg will change his coverage up here.
And he drops the snap to start the second possession. Can't get a playoff. Luke, thank you for that, but just fell right in the lap of the Winnipeg defense there. As they
Fourth and then snap.
really loud here at the stadium with the Stamps offense on. Throwing again. It's caught. Philpott again up near the first down mark. So they go to work again. Another completion.
Everybody out to the sideline to get the throw.
Back to the ground on first down and not much there. A yard, maybe two. Tony Jones, the leading tackler for the Bombers. For Adams, that Calgary offense. Second down and 9 with time. Deep shot. Open receiver. Rhymes has it. Dominic Rhymes, just like 2 weeks ago. If it's a catch, they'll look at it again, I'm sure, but McMahon, big plays through the air.
A little bit of confusion in the back end, and what you always want to try to make sure you're doing in some of these confusions is cover the deep ball. It's their challenge, which they did.
Challenge the ruling of
without
the
seeing.
previous play of a completed catch.
You saw
The play
that
will be
last
reviewed.
replay.
Right over the top of them on the post. Make sure you can make that shot downfield by reading the halfback's feet. If he's flat-footed, you're going to take that deep shot. It's been talked about.
After review, the ruling on the field is overturned to an incomplete pass. Third down.
Today on big plays, of course, the defense really chipped in as well with a couple of pick sixes. With the punt by Bassett. Bassett to Babel, who lets it roll and takes it off the hop inside the 5. Nowhere to go. All contained, and Winnipeg will have to start deep in their zone on good punt coverage there. Dalton shown their slot back and missing their left tackle Stanley Bryant as well, injured and out in this game. They tried running at that time and just able to grind out a couple of yards, and a second long coming up here.
The goalpost could be an issue.
Here we go, and a 2nd and 8 from the end zone. Polaris, deep shot. Stinsky's got him. Stinsky still on the move, down inside the 30 before finally taken down by Spencer Arnold. Polaris to Dembski. How many times, especially here at Princess Auto Stadium?
There's the corner route we just talked about. When you get that opportunity, he's going to run here and take it a nice high angle. Throw it high, let him run it down. I've seen this too many times with these two guys. Now it's speeding up with a little bit of tempo here. Huge explosive play to flip the field. That's what you want to do when you're in a backed up position. Can you get an explosive play and flip the field?
75-yard gain from the Calgary 30 suddenly as Collaros has to get rid of it quickly.
I need a big play. I'm finding this football.
76 straight games with a catch. You see the streak continued for Calgary's Dominic Rhymes as well. Throwing again, intercepted. That one right to the newcomer on the corner. That's Anthony Johnson Jr. in his CFL debut. He is is filling in for the injured Tyler Richardson. A big hole to fill, and it is filled nicely there.
This is Cody Case right here. He's going to go up. He's going to work outside and bend in. As he starts to bend in, what happens? He loses his balance a little bit. He wraps this halfback. Right here, he loses balance, falls down here. So not a terrible throw, maybe a little bit high, but Johnson's right there to make him pay.
Reception for Calgary this year. 3 of those have gone for touchdown. Knocked at the line of scrimmage and nearly picked off the other way. Dietrich Nichols would have had a shot at it. It's over the ball. 2nd and 10 at their 45, leading 7-6. Willie Jefferson trying to move in. Can't get there, and it gets to Tevin Jones. Another big play by the offense of the Stampeders through the air as Jones, another newcomer to this Calgary team.
You can see the game plan for the Calgary Stampeders. What's their change up from 2 weeks ago? A little bit more passing yards in this game. That you didn't see the rushes as much with Dietrich Mills. Rumor has it she didn't get her license in time to fly the plane.
Oh, is that right? We'll have to look into that. Calgary football, and back on the ground to Dietrich Mills. Gets it down just inside the Winnipeg 25. 2nd and 5 now. Stamps, scoring range, the heat is coming. Michael Griffin nearly gets to him, and it goes up. Rhett Cramby in the coverage on Rhymes inside the 5, and Rhymes was able to get a hand on it, but
good pressure by
Calgary's
Winnipeg.
challenging the previous play for pass interference. The play will be reviewed.
So we just heard Justin McKinnis say that Dave Dickinson is challenging for PI.
Here we can see this. They're going to take a look and see what Rhett Cramby's right hand is doing. Is it pulling down Dominic Rhymes' right arm before the ball gets there? That's what they're going to be looking for. This is so hard as a defensive back. You're in a good position. You're there. You're covering. Don't put your hands on.
From the replay center.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Calgary will be charged with timeout.
Longest of 51. No problem there. Straight through.
As they make people miss, he can make a move and then keep him himself. And he's a very powerful runner, as we see right now.
Makes a couple of moves, a little spin too to pick up more yardage. All of
veteran players enjoy. He's listening to what they want to call in the course of the game.
Calling a pass here, and Caleros barely gets rid of it and completes it to Dembski. Oh, they hooked up for a big one in the first quarter for 75 yards, and then there was a pass picked off after that. And the tackle tried to swat that one away, but they'll bomber ball and back to Oliveira. And Micah Tights among those in the Stamps to make sure he gets nothing.
5 games of doing that.
2nd and long. Caleros throwing to the right. It's caught again. Oh, what a nice grab by Dembski. Inside the Calgary 30. First down, Winnipeg. 5-yarder there, but 3 catches for 109 already for Dembski. Caleros to work again. Caught inside the 10. Down to the 5, and reaching for the end zone is Carrick Wheatfall. His first catch of this game. Their leading receiver coming in, and a big one there to set up a 1st and goal Winnipeg. Catch for 8 yards 2 weeks ago in Calgary. He's already got more than that. 1st and goal at the 4. Touchdown! Touchdown Winnipeg! And who else the way it's gone tonight? It's Caleros to Dembski to get it done.
How quickly Zach recognized coverage. See, he sees the zone coverage at the goal line. He knows he has Nick Dembski in between 2 zone defenders. He just takes the football, throws it to Nick Dembski for the touchdown.
Here out of Manitoba, Nick Dembski right at home, and pushed that streak to 76 games a while ago with at least 1 catch. Turn now as the Stamps find themselves down by 3. Caleros 4 for 4 in that drive for 64 yards, capped off by Dembski. Down for Horton, outside the 10. Kalen Horton, first-year Stamp, big return out of bounds.
As he has to, but his favorite player, guys, Chad Ochocinco, who is about 6'1", so a little difference in height there. But hey, maybe he plays like him.
His younger year film at Syracuse to see if he can be an impact player.
Throwing on 2nd down, it is caught by Eric Brooks. First catch of this game, up to midfield, turns around and gets enough to pick up a Calgary 1st down.
That they could use to throw deep to the big guy.
Handing off now to Dietrich Mills, dancing his way around, trying to find an opening, and there just isn't much there. Team 10 Bombers have the lead. Vernon Adams goes to work. Over the middle, it is caught by Dominic Rhymes. Runs with another catch down to the 36 and another Calgary first down. Taking the handoff, pump fake with time. Deep look down the right to the end zone. Get out the Moose Antlers. The rookie Damien Alford has his 4th touchdown, and there is a flag back in the Calgary backfield as the Stampeders celebrate another touchdown catch for that young man, Damien Alford.
Quarterbacks want
Roughing
big
the passer,
targets.
Winnipeg, number 93. That 15-yard penalty will be applied on the kickoff. Touchdown stands.
A little bit of a play action. They're going to try to take a shot play. Vernon sees the one-on-one matchup on the outside on Terrell Bonds. And again, you talk about big receivers. Why? Because you can spot the ball anywhere. Take a look. What you want to see at Terrell Bonds as a defensive back, watch his eyes. When this play starts, he's looking into the backfield. Veteran defensive backs are going to sneak a peek, but you better get out of your back pedal. You better start to turn and run, especially against Damien Alford for what he's done the last couple of weeks. And let the big play receiver make the play.
6'6", 225. His coach at Syracuse called him Moose.
Throw it up, and you can see the touchdown right there to Alford.
And Beretta's with the kickoff now as Calgary retakes the lead by 4 on the return, and it is Vavel connection with Dembski. So here we go from the Winnipeg 20. Play action fake. Collaros with time. He's chucking it deep. Dembski wants him again, but no. It is picked off a bit too far for Dembski, and it's Jaden Grant who takes it. And so Collaros, who's still down on the field, is intercepted for the 2nd time in this game.
Hicks came off the edge, you'll see, and he's the one that delivered the blow to Zach Collaros. The big hit, little bit of a twist inside. He sees a crease to go and delivers the blow. Taking the shot to Dembski downfield. The safety doesn't bite on the underneath route and is there to make the play.
And Collaros is still down on a knee at the 10. A few Bomber teammates around, fans upset on the hit by Hicks and booing now with no penalty flag. And Calgary's offense on, of course, after the turnover. It's Calgary football, but they can't start play yet with Collaros down and getting some attention from the training staff. Here comes Vernon Adams again, handing off to Dedrick Mills. He pushes across the 45, and he's able to work it up to about the 49.
Back to help even this up.
2nd down and 5. Off the fake. Adams gets rid of it deep again. And it is intercepted. Intended there for Rhymes. It's Evan Holm who has it. And a flag is out. And the crowd getting fired up again. A flag is down back near the original line of scrimmage. Welcome viewers of TSN4
Calgary,
watching
number
NSL.
57. A penalty is declined. First down.
What happened, Lapo?
Calgary taking their shot play too. Very similar. Same thing. Field halfback picks it off. Evan Holm underneath this ball. When the ball's in the air this long, the defensive backs have plenty of time to run underneath it. Evan Holm's there. It's a little underthrown. That's a long throw. Dominic Rhymes just talked about it. The Bombers got to get something in the takeaway department, bring some takeaways back to even this out. Here comes Chris Strevler.
He is on, in case you're just joining us, because Zach Collaros was hurt in their last possession and is headed to the dressing room. Strevler started game 1. A victory by Winnipeg. Played last week, was 5 for 7. They run it there, and hey, just keep on running. Enough for a first down. Ball quickly on a 1st and 10 at the Winnipeg 39. Faking to Oliveira, Strevler. Being chased by Flo Rimolade, and he just has to throw it out of bounds. Cameron Judge back with the Stamps. Here is Strevler for Winnipeg in a 2nd down, and he's running around again. And chased by Jalen Hutchings, so that the Stamps are getting pressure. And the Winnipeg 25. Offenses, both of them have been hitting some big plays, but Winnipeg stalls there. And it is Caitlin Horton on the return up across the Calgary 30. Gets a
15-yard misconduct penalty against Winnipeg, number 47. That 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's against special teamer Tanner Cadwallader.
Trying to see what happened here. little bit of extra work. Not sure I really found that penalty, Rod, there.
No, I don't think Mike O'Shea did either. Dedrick Mills cuts it back. A nice move by Mills. Keeps his feet. Gets a first down. It's an even 7 to carry for Dedrick Mills. Back in his hands now on that 1st and 10. And he is tied up and taken down there. It's James Vaughters, the ex-Calgary Stampeder. 4-point lead. Here we go in a 2nd and 8. And we had early movement.
Part of playing
Offside, Calgary, number 87. 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
Hardest part.
Picking it up now. Couple of yards inside midfield. Adams facing the heat. They can't get to him. He takes on. Looks like he wanted to throw it, and a late flag comes out again.
Holding, Calgary, number 65. It's 10-yard penalty. We'll repeat 2nd down.
Christian,
2nd and 23. For Adams again. 4-man rush. Getting chased. Steps away. Looked like another interception. Very close for Evan Holm, who had one earlier. Covering Rhymes. Bassett to punt. Babel to return. Ray Babel back. First-year Bomber lets it roll. It's heading towards the end zone, but doesn't get there. Has to pick it up. Gets tackled down near the goal line by Godfrey Onyeka.
Once we start throwing the football.
And Luke, talk about being backed up. They're right at the 1. Handing off to Oliveira. Gets it up to around the 5. And
really enjoys working them every day and what they're bringing.
Big 2nd down and swinging it off to Jarrett Stearns. He gets to the 1st down marker. Huge for the Bombers late in the half. Zach Collaros, who headed off to the dressing room. Strebler keeps it himself on that read and known to run the football himself. He gets it up near another Winnipeg 1st down.
Really good situational football right now.
And now 1:20 on the clock until halftime. There's Oliveira's carry. And not much there. Another couple of yards for Brady Oliveira. 1st and 10 at the Bomber 23. Strebler gets it to Cody Case. And not much there. And a late throwdown by Micah Tights. And the officials in the stands want something like in 2017 when they were together in South Dakota. On the draw. That's Dembski. He has a big run this time. After several big catches, that one up across the 50. Working quickly, Strebler taken down. It's Clarence Hicks coming in on his blind side and sacks him back at the 43.
Gotta go tempo here because the clock's running out. They didn't decide not to use the timeout. It's just a difficult penalty. Once you're going to lose time, you're going to have to go up to the line of scrimmage.
For Miltsteagel coming back here. Winnipeg. With the panel as Strebler takes a knee. And an interesting 1st half.
Thanks so much, Nick.
Thank you.
And Britt, we just learned that Zach Collaros will not be back in this game. Injured early in the 2nd quarter. So Calgary with the football. Kalen Horton with the football. And a good return up across to about the 37 on a quarter. They started this game with a drive for a touchdown. They start the 2nd half now in the hands of Dedrick Mills. And picks up a couple. Wide to the left for the Stampeder offense on this 2nd down and 9. Adams throwing and no, into the hands of Jalen Philpott. Low though, right down. He had to go down to try to get it, but it's
Pretty good field position. Good stop defensively.
Mark Bassett's last punt was a beauty. It ended up spinning and stopping right at the 1. This one down inside the 15 for Trey Babel. And he is taken down at about the 25. So
You're going to try to stop the run. Some play action passes, get Strevy in a position, keep the ball moving.
faking the handoff, throwing that one incomplete. So
Stay in the pocket and throw the ball downfield versus zone coverages.
setting up a draw to Brady Oliveira. He's got some room. Oliveira, he chugs across the 35.
What you do on a draw play, you invite the rushers upfield. You invite the rushers upfield, hand it to the tailback.
42 now. Chris Strebler at quarterback, and they run a toss to the left. Oliveira coming in. Jacob Roberts, the starting weak side linebacker who tracks him down and limits the damage to about a yard or two. Now out of Wake Forest, Jacob Roberts 2nd and 8 after that 2-yard pickup. Strebler under pressure gets it down, a low pass. It is caught up. Oliveira doing some good work after the catch, trying to fight his way to another first down. He does not get it, but he does get close. Quickly moving. And on to the left. Stacked up on that side, and Strebler does it again. Up across the 53, Strebler. Faking to Oliveira and throwing, and it is caught to its Carrick Wheatfall. His second catch. He's pushed back. He was backing up Zach Collaros in the Grey Cup game last year when Strebler was hurt, and Wilson. Here comes Winnipeg now to the Calgary 45, opening up the second half. On that sweep, it's Cody Case. Finds the edge inside the 40. 35-30. Cody Case was mentioned, former teammate in his freshman year at South Dakota with Chris Strebler.
Execution on their wrong way runs.
Down to the 26, play action pass coming here, Strebler. Deep look into the end zone for Wheatfall, but no, the coverage is there by Sheldon Arnold for his third touchdown of the season. Doesn't happen there. There we go, second down, pressure, getting rid of it. Caught by Oliveira, and he does arrest. Great work by Brady Oliveira to get down inside the 10. First and goal coming up Winnipeg.
End zone when you're inside the 20-yard line.
Bombers have been this close before, and this end of the field ended up in a touchdown to Nick Dembski in the first half. Here is Strebler. Escapes the pocket, gets rid of the ball, intercepted. Oh my goodness, Adrian Green with his third pick of the season. One earlier against the Argos went for a touchdown. That one saved a touchdown. The team leading the CFL in picks has another.
An eye on his eyes. He's in zone coverage. He's covering his deep area. He sees Strebler start to run. He sees, oh, there's a receiver close by. The ball's in the air too long. He undercuts it, makes the play. He can't throw late, especially throwing to your left.
Of this season with his new team, 6th of his career. Calgary football. And it is Diedrich Mills pushing up to around the 25 on that goal line, robbing Kevin's Clarkson. Still 17-13 Stamps. We got a first down there on that reception. It's Tevin Jones, 34. Up 17-13. Faking to Mills, throwing and caught. Eric Brooks has it, and then he manages to keep his feet and get it up the 45. Drove all the way down. The interception. Now the Stampeders moving it 2. Left side, Mills across the 50. Another good pickup by Diedrich Mills as he gets up near midfield and a crowd picks up. Going back to 26. First down and more. A flag comes out. That would be a first down for Diedrich Mills easily as he gets it inside the Bomber 50.
This one, we're still taking a look at it.
Unnecessary roughness, leg whip, Calgary, number 54. It's a 15-yard penalty. We'll repeat second down.
So
all the way back to a 2nd and 17 inside their 40. Adams escapes the pocket. Finally eludes Jake Thomas. Finally gets rid of it, and no, it falls well shy of the intended receiver, Dominic Rhymes. Bomber was closest to it.
Early in the first half.
Illegal contact, Winnipeg, number 1. It's a 10-yard penalty. We'll repeat second down.
Bonds is going to get this. Okay. Yeah, we'll take a look. Run this, guys. We'll take a look. No, it's Diedrich Nichols. We get the penalty.
2nd and 7 now. Adams, it is complete. It is Jalen Philpott. It's across midfield, and it is very close to, yes, indeed, it is a first down. Which is 37 yards, 1st and 10 from the Winnipeg 53. Off the fake, throwing quickly, and caught by Rhymes. Yards for Rhymes, another first down, Calgary. Stamps, moving, pump fake, trying to escape, spinning around, and this chucking it deep. Wide open! Moose alert! Number 2 on the night for the rookie Damian Alford. The Antlers come out again, and the crowd gets quiet in Winnipeg. Down to his star rookie receiver. Vernon Adams Jr., 9 plays, 89 yards in just over 5 minutes. The point after from Rene Paredes.
From a defensive line position, find the deepest guy and see if you can get that shot to him.
And bear in mind, this happened after it looked like Winnipeg was going to head to the end zone. Oh, and the coverage there. Kelon Thomas coming in hard.
Let him go to work.
Hey, Luke, you're right. They moved the ball well last time. They just didn't get the touchdown to show for it. It was intercepted. That's Carrick Wheatfall on the reception, and then Damon Webb is in there and
hand the ball off to my guy.
2nd and 6 now. Strebler chase down, put down. Jalen Hutchings picks up the sack for the Stampeders. There was a lot of heat up front. Luke talked about that earlier, what they're doing. Ball back, Jamison Sheehan standing at the 10. It's Kalen Horton, the returner for Calgary, to take this punt by the Aussie Sheehan. Right at the 38. Horton across the 45, and then he's met and he's sent back. Wonderful standing O in tribute to Milt Stegall before this game. Great to see him back. Calgary has the lead, and with the football too up in midfield and lunging across is Dedrick Mills. No words necessary. Here's Calgary dumping it off. It's Mills with it from Adams, and he breaks tackles. Dedrick Mills gets it down inside the 40 and prove that was no fluke. The Bombers only lost, and they're down by 11 now. On the ground and putting his head down. Winnipeg 37. Adams complete. Open is Tevin Jones underneath, and he spins, and he may just have enough for another Stampeder first down, and then everyone's throwing flags. Yellow laundry all over the field.
He's just going to sit underneath in the zone. As everybody lifts, get him underneath to him. Good yardage for the first down. And obviously, when you're not allowed to hit any player. Willie Jefferson's trying to make the tackle here, but he leads with his head. Head-to-head contact is going to be flagged.
But
Spearing, Winnipeg, number 5. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Nothing again. Vernon Adams, 11-point lead, back to Mills, 15, and just a couple of yards there. Up again on Vernon Adams. Pressure coming, gets rid of it, into the end zone. No, intended for Rhymes. A flag comes out.
To do to Milt Stegall to get his 23-yard touchdown.
Winnipeg, number 31. Spot of the foul, automatic first down.
To a touchdown 90% of the time. Again, he's got all that field. He's got to be inside and outside. Just that right hand. There's pretty good coverage there. Whether there's a tug on that right hand they can see. Not much.
Threatening the end zone again. Quick throw. There it is. Dominic Rhymes gets his touchdown. One play later. Stampeders in the end zone again as the boos rain down now. Frustrated by what Calgary has been doing to their Bombers tonight. The first touchdown for Dominic Rhymes as a Calgary Stampeder.
Great veteran quarterbacks see when defenses are out of position. You have two receivers line up to the right. You have only one football player to the right with Evan outside.
Point after Paredes, and 268, 3 touchdown passes and 1 intercepted, and it's a 31-13 lead. Winnipeg football. Cody Case on the returns with the injury to Trey Babel, and it's Case getting it up across the 45. What this defense has been doing this year. Calgary Stampeders picked off quickly. Touchdown. Damon Webb, who does it again. Second straight game against Winnipeg that Damon Webb has himself a pick six. And the onslaught just continues.
Film study is what gets this done. Damon Webb recognizes the formation is going to be, hey, a quick screen on the outside, and he just guesses and says, I'm going to go take it. You can see him at the left of our screen. He's just going to run downhill, and I'm going to go right in front of where the screen is and get the pick. That's great film study by Damon Webb. For you don't remember, he had 2 interceptions for touchdowns against Chad Kelly and a big win for Ottawa over the Argonauts last season. So he continues to add to that. There's the old spider web symbol.
Started in Saskatchewan, went to Ottawa, first year in Calgary. Point after Paredes and Webb. 1 interception, set 2. All 3 going for touchdowns too. Cody Case on the return. Big hole Bombers now.
Critical error, the interception. Take points off the board.
Down a lot, but Brady Oliveira's running and picking up a lot of yards too.
They just need rhythm for that first touchdown before they start doing their no huddle stuff.
The fake at the 46 and the throw by Strebler, completing it to Carrick Wheatfall.
Worst takeaway team to the best. Talked about his coaching staff. They really good, has done a really good job coaching up, making sure they take the football away, they work it, and he's praised the coaching staffs in the Canadian Football League.
13 points on the board. A couple of field goals by Sergio Castillo. Trying to get back to the end zone, and that's not going to help. Lost yardage that time for Oliveira. The Stampeders here in Winnipeg. They haven't lost to Calgary in this stadium since 2017, 8 straight games. Pressure. Strebler's hit as he gets rid of it. It heads out of bounds. 33 of the Stampeders. Strebler trying to draw him off, and looks like he does. That's Kyle Wilson. That's
offside. Calgary, number 31. 5-yard penalty. It remains third down.
Strebler came on in the first half after the injury to Zach Collaros. Just a 3-man rush. He has time, and it looked like he had the completion to Stearns, but coming in was Arnold from their 28. Now we got some movement right at the line of scrimmage.
Stampeders lead.
Calgary, number 54. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
70% here.
So first and 15. Handing off to Diedrich Mills. Reddick Crampty in there. Jamal Parker as well as they.
But he's able to free up, talk to players, as well as do more situational football.
It's Choquette, Ludwig Choquette, the rookie, drafted this year with a good carry, his second one of the night, 4th of his CFL career now. Back to Choquette instead of Mills. Choquette, the running back, he gets it over the 40 on. Including a couple of touchdowns for the rookie, Damien Alford. Running the ball, Choquette again. Well, he had a bit until he met a wall. Big play, B.A. It's a nickname he'd earned early in his days in the CFL, and certainly in keeping with that tonight. A lot of great starts for the Stampeders. They're hitting the 1/3 position in the CFL season. This is game 6 for them of 18. By being a part of it, and Damien Alford, Winnipeg 37 now in a 2nd and 3. It falls before Kevin's Claricius, and that one is incomplete.
It's about to be 17-2 because they've certainly won the turnover margin tonight.
Well, they sure have, and that was a 3rd down play as well, Luke. As they've turned it over so many times. And
Rod, I got to give a shout out to Claire Hanna. A couple weeks ago, she said, we're going to find out soon if you're an outdoor cat. I'm a studio guy. I like to sit at Jay's desk and chop it up.
Vernon Adams in a much-deserved rest. Handing off Choquette, who's in there for Diedrich Mills. Stampeder quarterbacks. And, you know, before you, Levi Mitchell. Before that, Henry Burris. Long line of great QBs. With his ECs tonight will declare the Stampeders the victors, to go on top of not only the West standings, but the entire CFL. This is a team that finished dead last in not only the West, but the entire CFL a year ago.
It just doesn't happen to you that all of a sudden a franchise quarterback comes available and you're able to bring him into your organization. And then the big thing for me is how different this team looks defensively.
At least. Winnipeg 37, first down and counting down under 2 minutes to go. That's complete to Dembski. Things could have been different, couldn't it, for Winnipeg early on. Dembski had a big catch from Zach Collaros. Sevens weren't looking that bad for Winnipeg in a close game, but Stampeders in the second half just took off. Carrick Wheatfall on that catch. Current tenured coaches in the CFL. Strebler, throw. And gets it to Oliveira. Down inside the 30, but the 18. And they went 4 times in 5 years went to the Cup. Edmonton's the only other team in the.
Interesting, after that 8 straight losses, before those 8 straight losses, they had 8 straight wins over Winnipeg.
Right.
Probably terrible. My God.
Oh, my friend, you had a very good run. Both as head coach of this team in Winnipeg before Mike O'Shea.
Well, they won games early in the season. They won situational football, and that was everyone's trying to stop all the time.
Message there. Our 6-year-old boy, Vernon Adams. End zone look, Strebler, and a touchdown for Cody Case. As mentioned, Case back in his first year as a freshman at South Dakota got 5 touchdown passes, a school record for touchdown receptions, and his quarterback, who was in his senior year, was Chris Strebler.
A little bit of miscommunication you can see right there. Two players in man coverage, both cover the underneath route. That's why guys get open, so sometimes they miscommunicate when they're a little bit far inside.
Got in 3 games last year. This is first taste of action with the injury to Dalton Schoen. The Alouettes in Montreal last night. Winnipeg kicks off. Calgary still comfortable, 41-20. 21-point lead.
Hey, we're in the conversation. We are the best team in the West.
There's a big run by Shotcat. Still going as Evan Holm helps wrestle him down after he works his way up across the 45, making a
good young future for that football player.
Victory formation, and what a victory it is for the Calgary Stampeders.
His team leads the CFL in rushing. So, well, they didn't rush. At the end of the game, they got some rushing yards, but most of the game, they're putting the ball in the air to the receivers. They got some big targets that they want to throw to. And Damian Alford looks like a great add to this football team. I'm going to give you another name. Does get enough credit. Chris Fortin, 4th start, 8th pick overall from playing center from UConn. So this is a good team, and obviously what they're doing defensively has made this a formidable team to play against the Calgary Stampeders.